Hi there, my name is Toby and I've got something very valuable and I want to share it with you today in this video. I've got a portable folding chair that doesn't weigh anything, doesn't take up any space and comes with me wherever I go. Now how valuable is that? This is invaluable, but you can't buy this chair with money, but you can buy it with a bit of work. You've got to do a little bit of work and you've got to learn how to use it. And this chair of course is the squatting position, and this is a natural position our body is supposed to do. We're supposed to be able to do this, and it's meant to be so comfortable, so easy, that it is even more comfortable than a chair. And that is what it is for me now. I actually find squatting down more comfortable than sitting in a chair. And it's taken me a while to get there. It does take a long time to learn this and get this, but if I can share this with you through my body efficiency training, you can get this quite quickly. Now the first way I'm showing it is assuming you can do the squat, but I'm going to break this down slower and slower with easier and easier methods. But I want to slowly introduce it to you as you're watching me do it. You see, I'm using falling. I'm actually falling. Now falling is easy. Anyone can fall. It's effortless. And this efficiency training is meant to be effortless. I'm working towards effortless movement. How to get more out of your body with less work. So I fall forward to go down and I fall backwards to go up again, essentially. And I'll talk you through it step by step so you can understand this. It's not easy to get your mind around how you can fall to go up. But I'm using a main lever. See, the main lever is the hips. I lever at the hips, bend the knees slightly so that lets me lever a bit further down. Then I fall forward into the arms, and that allows me to bend the knees without any work. Then I fall back into the squat position. Then to get up, I fall forward into locked arms, so I'm just leaning a bit into the arms. That allows me to project my hips up, straighten the knees effortlessly. Then I project my hips further back, lean back into the heels, and that fall backwards helps me to get up. But I squeeze the glutes to get up. Now here, even easier, I walk down my knees, leaning onto my knees, bend the knees out slightly. That allows my hips to open and the spine to drop down between. Then I can walk even further down, still trying to keep a good spine, hold my hands on the floor, lock out the elbows to lean, because that's much easier. Then the knees can just drop down. I'm on the ball of the foot, then I rock back into the heels to the squat, and then fall forward into the elbows again, project the hips up, and that lets me straighten the knees. Then walk back slowly, letting my weight go backwards, and slowly walk up, keeping a nice spine, keeping the belly pulled in, squeeze the glutes to lever up the last bit to a standing tall position. See, the first thing I've got to do is keep the spine straight. Minimum work in the spine. Lever forward, leaning on the knees. That's nice and easy, it's a pleasure. Then bend the knees a little bit and you can lean a bit further forward. And then very carefully, as I'm controlling from the hip joint, walk my arms down, lean into locked elbows. So I'm locked, then I can bend the knees nice and easy and rock back into the squat, trying to keep a nice spine. I don't want to hunch forward too much. Then I rock forward into locked out elbows, open up the knees, project the hips up first, walk back, leaning my weight back into the heels, projecting my hips back, and then I can walk my arms up, squeeze the glutes to rise up nice and tall into a nice straight position. This is about body flow. I'm trying to find a flow of movements, a nice seamless flow that's effortless and easy, and this is the way we use. This is my best flow for getting up and down, the effortless squat. There are other ways of doing this. I'm going to talk through other ways of getting up and down, but this is the most easy, effortless, most efficient way. It is the folding chair exercise. You fold up the chair to sit down and you unfold the chair to stand up. Now this is the even easier version, so this assuming you can't squat. You see, I'm going down onto the ball of the feet. Now most of us can at least do that. So if we can learn how to squat down to the ball of the feet squat, it's getting close to the samurai squat. Your knees are a bit more apart, you're staying on the balls of the feet. And from there you can gradually extend into the full squat. Once you reach the bottom position, you can rock back further, project your hips back further, bend your ankles more, and gradually approach the full squat. See, it looks a little bit comical. My knees are out, I'm levering forward, but my weight is back, and then my weight goes forward. That lets me bend the knees. I sit on the heels. I try to align the heels with the sit bones, and then I can lean back into this samurai type squat. Lean forward, fall forward, so I can straighten the knees. Now fall back into the heels. Project the hips. right back, and as you fall back, you start to rise up instead of falling back, and squeeze the glutes to push yourself forward into the upright position. So you can curl your spine, but try not to curl it. Try and keep a straight spine. You need to hold the belly in tight, so you've got to hold to strengthen your lumbar spine from the front and the back. And now you see I'm doing it a bit more fluidly into the full squat, and you can see this can become very nice flow, very easy. And as you get better and better at this, it just goes up and down more like a natural squat. But it's effortless, absolutely effortless. So what I'm trying for is effortless motion. I'm not trying to push myself to train my body and get stronger. I'm trying to train my body to understand how to move without doing any work. It's the lazy man's training. Very, very interesting, but incredibly beneficial, and you learn how to love being in your body, because I'm amazed. I'm still amazed. Wow, that was easy. How did I do that? It's effortless movement, body efficiency training. So look, once more, project the hips back, bend down by falling forward, then get up by falling backwards. Squeeze the glutes to lever up at the last minute. And here you can see us getting a bit smoother and a bit faster, and I'm not putting my hands down quite so much. So you gradually progress into this, and it should feel easy, no pressure on the knees. The work is done by the hips and the glutes. And here you can see them going a bit more straight up and down, but the secret is the hips go up first. Remember this, you fall forward and then you fall back by projecting the hips backwards and upwards first. And then the final bit is the second lever. You bring the spine up from the hips by squeezing the glutes and pushing the hips back in to a nice upright position. And it's a nice bounce, a lever through your body. Think of this as a folding chair, but I fold the chair up to sit down and I unfold the chair to get up again. And I'm using, the secret is the waistline. I've got to hold the belly in so the belly doesn't fall down, and I've got to use the glutes and the hip joint. And at the bottom of the squat, you've got to project the hips back further and further, and that's the way you sink down into the squat. You've got to pull your legs in towards your body, so that uses the psoas muscle, and project your hips backwards as you're sitting in the squat. And you can see it gets closer and closer, easier and easier, and it becomes a bouncing jump. I'm bouncing up from the stretch in my tendons, the stretch in the hips and the stretch in the ankles. It's not from the knees. So it takes a bit of practice, and I'm going to be talking about this more and more on this channel, so please do like and subscribe and stick with me. I'm going to get better and better at explaining these exercises, and I've got many more very useful, interesting exercises to share. So I hope you enjoyed this and it makes sense. Thank you for watching, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.